How soon do we complain after God performs the impossible in our lives? After God performs a miracle. Good morning. It is morning here in New York, and I am doing my Bible study. And I'm reading the story of when God brought the children of Israel out of Egypt. I'm getting excited because it's not soon after he had the amazing defeat of Pharaoh and all of his chariots and all of his horsemen, how they basically died in front of the Egyptians as they were pursuing them, because the Egyptians was able to walk on dry land because God parted the sea. But all of those who followed after them, they met their demise there right at the Red Sea. But it's interesting because as I'm excited and I'm reading the next chapter for the day, I soon came upon this sobering example about how after God performs the impossible in our lives, us as human beings, sometimes we go right back into disbelief. Sometimes we go right back into murmuring. If you have a few minutes with me, come with me, read the Bible. Let's just read these few verses and see what God is saying to us today. So this story is found in the book of Exodus, chapter 15, and we'll start with verse 20. And it reads, "And Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dances. And Miriam answered them, Sing ye to the Lord, for he hath triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider hath he thrown into the sea." So Moses brought Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days into the wilderness and found no water. And when they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. And the people murmured against Moses, saying, "What shall we drink?" Now I'll stop here. Now, murmur, it basically means to complain. You ever hear people like murmuring, like you're at a party, you're at an event, oh, they have this kind of appetizer, oh, they don't have enough drinks, oh, they don't have this, oh, it's too cold in here, oh, why is the weather too hot? Just always complaining. Not necessarily loud and aggressive, but just that undertone of like, I'm not satisfied, I'm complaining, things could be better here. Yeah, we're on vacation, but why do we stay here? Yeah, we're drinking water, but it's no ice. Like, just always complaining. And I had to stop here, and I wanted to share because I pray that this blesses someone. But God just rescued his people out of the clutches of Pharaoh. Pharaoh, especially at this time, was a very great king. His horses, his chariots, his armies was unmatched. They were in bondage there for so many generations. And within a few days, they were free. And not only did he take them out of the grips of Pharaoh, but he also parted the Red Sea. He parted the Red Sea, and they were able to walk on dry land. And there was a wall of the sea on every side of them. So this is the God that's able to do that. But now that you're in the wilderness and you're a little thirsty, you just lose all hope in him. You think that a God who's able to part the Red Sea, he can't make some bitter water sweet for you. He can't make a way out of no way. So it reminded me, and as I read the Bible, I like to take the stories there and see what God is saying to me today, right? Because God does so much for us. But if we're not really reminding ourselves, and scripture often talks about remember, tell your children what I did, right? Throughout the story, God commands Israel to also remind their children of what he did. And why is that? It's because we often forget. Even in a matter of verses, they went from praising, glorifying God, thanking him for the amazing things that he did, to murmuring. So I pose this question to you today. What miracles, what things, what ways have God shown up for you today? Remember it. And when you're faced with the problems, the circumstances, the trials, the stressors of this day, do not forget that the same God who parted the Red Sea is the same God who exists today, and he is able to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all you can ask or think, according to the power that is found in Jesus. So, until I see you again, God bless.